All right, welcome back once again for the 26th and final installment in this video series of molding and casting a life-size figure. So I have worked the seams. I'm still not quite finished, but I've basically taken care of the major seam work, and I will continue to sort of work on the piece as I get time to try to refine the surface. But basically finished with the piece now, and you know, in terms of the overall strategy that I laid out, I'm pretty pleased with a couple of things. One is just that the idea of building those stackable units that you can lift yourself and then work the seams from the inside so that everything is very securely connected. I think that worked out really nicely. And then the bracing with the conduit, I feel like the piece is quite firm and strong, and these arms are really nicely set. I've got pipes coming all the way down to the hands, up through the head, down into the legs and into the base. So so even though the aqua resin material itself is only about 1/4 of an inch thick, I feel like I've got you know, a really strong sculpture here. In terms of weight, I think that pipe, again, it probably added maybe 10 to 12 pounds. It's a little bit heavier than I had hoped for. I can lift the piece myself. I just can't lift it and move it around very easily. You know, I was able to get it on this base without too much trouble. So I traded a little bit of weight for structure in terms of those pipes. But 2 people can lift this extremely easily. So I'm fine with the weight. I think. You know, I think the thing that perhaps I'm not so pleased with was my design of certain elements of or certain aspects of the mother mold. So I mentioned that one area up here that was difficult to release, and then the 2 front panels on the legs were also a little difficult to release. So I think down here I should have just you know, created 1 or 2 more divisions, and that would have taken care of that. But again, the final casting, I felt like exceeded my expectations in terms of just how clean it came out and how little was wrong with the piece. And I think you know, because I was stacking those units in their mother mold, the registration, all the registration was really good. So so as a general strategy, I'm quite pleased, and I would definitely use that that method again. I will say though that, you know, your own particular approach, there's lots of different ways to get to the end result, and I certainly don't mean to, you know, to suggest that like my way is the best or the only way. I think there are a lot of different paths to your end result, and it depends partly on what you're after, what your own boundaries are in terms of you know, the material that you're using, and et cetera, et cetera. So, but I hope that some of the ideas that I presented here are helpful to you, and that you can use some of them. I wish you good luck in your own molding and casting.